It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Good afternoon, 16th of May 2019. 2 past 2 as usual. 2 past 2 CET, Piotr here, and this is the New York Open Live Market coverage on Global Liteforex YouTube channel. It's my pleasure to be here again. Let's start with the risk warning. A lot of things is going on. Market is a little bit slower than what I expected, but anyway, interesting things are going on. Not necessarily my way, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, risk warning, guys. Please bear in mind trading FX on margin trading. Crypto on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or initial investment. So please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay, so where we are. Just first thing first. In relation to our yesterday meeting, I'm still with this pound Canadian based on the daily chart, all right? Based on this demand we spoke yesterday, it's a little bit deeper than what I expected anyway. Watching carefully, there is a good thing going on here on USD CAD. I've been waiting inside this yellow zone below 34. At least for now, the low is around 34.02. So maybe we will go some kind of the stop count, and I'll be able to eventually try to I'll be able to trade this to the upside again. That's what we discussed yesterday. Of course, the Trump comments from yesterday was positive, but I've been thinking about that there is a midweek turnover, right? Midweek reversal. But if you were watching till the New York close, of course you know that it wasn't. Pound is weakening, but again, I'm long based on what we discussed yesterday. So here everything pretty much based on yesterday discussion. Stop is very close, so I'm a little bit afraid. Also based on the Tokyo price action, during the Tokyo session, I'm holding tiny long Aussie dollar based on move back. So here based on this price action, right? So the strong move to the downside, breakout through this supply, which should work as a demand. But you can see on the chart there was a US commerce Ross. The first thing first, we have reached the core of talks with China. Okay. Second, Trump may choose to extend auto tariffs beyond May. Alert. Not sure if he is ever aware of what Trump said yesterday, right? So in that case, based on 30-minute chart, based on some gap gaps closing, I decided to trade around on the short, from the short side, and currently I'm sitting short here based on this combination, and it was, to be honest with you, the Ross was on time. So yeah, I'm going to watch what is going to happen, as well as we are going to watch together Nasdaq later on, right? Also, oil is testing very interesting levels. I'm very curious how it's going to play out. I'm looking for any kind of the reason market eventually will give me to try to join that party to the downside eventually. What's going to be my target, if I'm not mistaken, and we are trading, that's what I'm looking for here, for some kind of the head and shoulder, and it looks like market is trying to draw this head and shoulders over here. Maybe it's gonna be better visible on 1 minute chart. Let's have a look what we have here, a little bit higher. So yeah, I'm looking to short oil as well. Unfortunately, looks like the risk off sentiment the very beginning of the New York session is taking over. So probably it might be the good idea just to close it anyway. There is always possibility to reopen. So more or less we know, so we can, yeah, 1 second, we can try to watch one of the yen crosses. I'm not gonna be surprised if we are gonna to see another tweet from Mr. President Trump. Looks like there is a problem over here on this EURGBP, but I would prefer spike higher and retest again the level over here if possible. Dear Mr. Market, please, if possible, right? So this one and pound yen. Let's have a look what we have here. Is it the equal bottom? Yeah, it is. All right, so it might be fall, rise, fall, rise. Let's have a look if the fib, what was it here? It was 61.8. So what was it here? 61.8. And what was it here? Compared to this one. Oh no, it was like 88 or almost equal. Yeah, almost equal. Looks like market is looking to the downside. But you know, we are going to get one tweet from President Trump and we are going to switch with risk to risk on, right? So that's the name of the game, unfortunately. Nothing you can do. Of course, yes, we can do something, just lowering the exposure, right? And being ready to eventually to for a stop to being hit, and that's it. Nothing we can do. Nothing else we can do. We can just take care about exposure, our exposure, and pretty much that's it. It may turn out here to be just left shoulder only, but anyway, we'll see. Okay, so what we are waiting for right now, we are waiting for the US data at 2:30, and we are waiting for building permits, we are waiting for housing starts, some part of the housing market. We are also waiting for a Philadelphia Fed manufacturing index, as well as unemployment claims, weekly unemployment claims, right? Especially market is going to look for what is going on from the housing perspective, as well as what's the activity around the Philadelphia, based on the Philadelphia Fed manufacturing index. So that's the key. Then we also have some Canadians number, manufacturing sales, ADP non-farm employment change, but I think from the Canadian dollar perspective, the 4:30 Bank of Canada Financial System Review, as well as 5:15 CET, Bank of Canada polos, much more important, I think, right now, right, to get the clue about the Bank of Canada policy. We'll see. Of course, we are going to check the charts, but then we are going to watch polos. Each of us going to watch by ourselves, as we are going to be after our meeting. I got some ranges over here. For a second I've been short as well on a break, but after the data, we are going to see what is going on, what's the reaction, right? Then we are going to have a break, and the second part we are going to check the early close on the majors we are interested in, and then we are going to have a look what is going on with indices, and we are going to check crypto as well, because it looks like Bitcoin poised for some kind of the correction, but that's for later, right? We will get back to crypto as well, no worries. Let's wait for US data. So we are well below daily open, and trying to, might be worth to 55, daily open 75, not that big for the pound yen, but maybe we will see one more spike, trying to take out Tokyo high. That might be the case here, we'll see. Something similar we've seen on Eurodollar. Here I made a mistake on Eurodollar yesterday. You remember the reaction into the Trump tweet, but then, yeah, frankly speaking, I made a few mistakes after that. Aussie is going lower, not only based on risk switching to risk off, but also based on news from the, where is it? Herald Sun. Yo. Terry McCrum. RBA will cut the cash rate in 18 days. Big banks will follow. And here is the link.
There is a per capita, a per head recession.
The Reserve Bank.
Also watching here Euro pound trying to break higher, but we have some supply going on here. We'll see. Theresa May currently got some meetings. There's a huge pressure, but previously market was reacting quite positively about the Theresa May departure or leaving or whatever we want to call it. Right now, no, it's not reacting positively anyway. So looks like also pound wants to go through my stops, not only Aussie. So hopefully CAC around will speed it up to the downside. So Aussie hit some stops and going back up. What the market today? So what I don't need right now, any comment from the President Trump administration, right? Any positive news? No positive news. No, not at all. Ten minutes to go. In regards to dollar yen, 109.5040, again, options are going to expire at 10 a.m. New York. And maybe after the data, maybe we are going to try to hit some stops above weekly open, blue dotted line, and Monday high, green dotted line, trying to close the gap, right? So in between 109.90 and 110.05, I'm going to look for any kind of the rejection, for any, I'm going to look to fade the move to the upside, right? And I've been trying, it might not be great, but this type of 1-to-1 should bring us towards the gap closing, and we'll see. I saw somewhere If you remember, yesterday I've said that few investment banks went long Japanese yen, and today, before European Open, I went through a few newses. I don't have it handy right now, but what I found was that the Bank of Japan guys, they are really afraid that we are going to break through 109, opening 105, and trying to hit psychological 100 level. Of course, it's not going to happen overnight, but you know, never say never. If you remember what happened at the very beginning of the year, this flash crash here to the left, so you know, we might reach 100 very quickly, right? So, and they are afraid, so for sure the 24-hour shifts for the Bank of Japan dealers, or yeah, or their friends in other banks. Six minutes left. Aussie dollar, if we are going to see daily close below 69, might be bearish, more bearish than it is right now, I would say. Was trying to, the bulls were trying to counter-attack to what happened after the jobs data, or around the jobs data, with this low hitting stops under 69, then nice rally towards 30 or above 30. And to be honest with you, I've been thinking that once we broke through that supply, Tokyo supply, that we are going to see at least something around 50. That's where my first target was for Aussie. Dollar yen trying to recover a bit here. So if there is no activity from the President Trump side, meaning that the data might be good. Oh, next good news. Italian related. Italy's TRIA public debt will not rise to 140% of GDP. So we have to read that news between the lines, meaning that we are very close and we are going to cross that 140% of the GDP. Euro didn't react yet. Yeah, yeah, below 28 and below 69. Yeah, the things might speed up a bit. All right, looks like after the 1 hour and a half, the Theresa May meeting ended. So now we need to be careful looking for some comments, right? Also, this chart is very interesting here. It's a daily dollar Chinese yuan. I thought that maybe we are going to retest, on Tuesday, Wednesday, previous week high, but looks like we are creating the setup to break through 695 towards 7. Jeez. All right, so let's have a look what we have on the news side. Risk is going up. I mean, yen crosses at least. Even Aussie is trying to recover. There is one more comment from Tria, no risk of Italy leaving Eurozone. So we trying here. Looks like Bank of Japan in action. Now we know why there is no activity from President Trump or administration or his administration. Why? Because we've got great data. Exactly, man. Oh, the beauty data, US data, so nice. So euro is hitting demand, intraday demand zone based on this attempt to reverse yesterday, and we're trying to hold these upper shadows from yesterday, trying to build a lower shadow right now. But here the important thing is going to be where we are at the top of the hour, not now, but where we are at the top of the hour, and then where we are at the end of the day. If we are going to hold this whole green zone, that might be attempt to try to go higher, but as of now it's weak like hell. Should stop somewhere around the figure, and it looks like simply they don't want to stop here. So I'm going to be stopped out here. But we also have the Canadian data, so let me find out. Canadian number wasn't bad. And here are the details of the Philadelphia. Give me a second. Give me a second. So we doubled the European range here, all right? Trying to build something to looks like a lower shadow. There might be an upper shadow here, so some stops were taken out, right? Taking into consideration what we've seen yesterday and the day before, alongside with this move to the downside, so some stops were hit for sure. Now we are getting closer to what I'm looking for, right? And if we are going to have something like this upper shadow, I may try to think about some shorts. Would better to have it a little bit higher. I'm not necessarily it has to be dollar yen. It might be pound yen, or it might be, I don't know, Aussie yen. But some more risk-off sentiment is needed. Data might not be enough. Especially it was the good numbers, right? So might not be enough to spur the risk-off sentiment. That has to something happen. Anyway, let's have a look where we are going to be at the top of the hour. All right? Where we are going to be at the top of the hour, and it's going to be like 30 minutes to the US cash open, and yeah, it should be much more interesting. So that's the first break today. Enjoy the break. Non-alcoholic drinks, coffee, tea, water, whatever, but non-alcoholic drinks. Enjoy the break, and we are going to be back around the top of the hour.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is the second part of our today's meeting. Dollar is getting stronger almost everywhere, I would say. So let's have a look what is going on the dollar index, taking into consideration where we were yesterday, what kind of the rejection we've seen, and yeah, what more might happen. Wait a second, let me switch. There you go. All right, so that's the daily chart. Yesterday we saw the Trump comment exactly. It was like, you know, for me, of course as a joke, for me it was like, you know, the two or three analysts sitting around the Trump yesterday, right, when we are approaching 97.70, all right, here, some kind of over under. Dear Mr. President, it's time to tweet, right? Today, of course, is a little bit different story because it's probably based on the good US data. Dollar is stronger. So probably we discuss it, right? Probably we are going to try to retest post non-farm payrolls high. All right, that might be the case. So what I'm gonna to look for, I've been wrong trying to be on the short dollar side. So let's have a look on the smaller time frame what we have, where we are right now. So that was the sell-off yesterday, right? We created nice possible demand over here. So eventually any kind of the 20 pip move back here, we are going to retest this zone over here, right, after the break. So let me change the color. That's the one thing. The second thing, where the possible supply on the hourly, probably the next supply we may want to take into the consideration what we've seen over here. So we are talking about 98, 10, something like this. All right. So in case on any attempt to fade, oh no, sorry guys, I'm sorry, from intraday perspective, we also have something here. Jeez, what the mess. We have something here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Am I right about that? It looks like, jeez, the range is getting smaller and smaller. All right, so what we have here on the 1 hour chart, that was the sell-off over here. Then we took out that supply here. But then we fall even strongly over here. That's what Mer said. 20 to the upside, 40 to the downside, 30 to the upside, 10 to the downside, more stops, more stops, more stops. So guys, this here, 97.85 again, supply. 97.85, first supply. Jeez. Plenty of these levels around. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. But there is a break above yesterday high, right? That's positive from that perspective. So we have demand here and we have possible supply something around here. Jeez. All right, let's be patient. Let's get back to the platform. Dollar yen with some problems, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them reacting here and trying towards the London close to hit some higher levels. That's what I'm gonna to look for. Maybe the plan with, if you remember what we were discussing yesterday with euro dollar, I mentioned that we are not done yet to the downside, and we were talking about the ECB meeting, the not last one but the one before over here. And we missed that by 1 pip yesterday, if you remember. It might be, and it might correspond with the dollar index around 97.85. I'm going to watch this, and we might end up the same way we did it yesterday, some kind of the dodgy hesitation, right? So look for some stops. We actually, what was the high yesterday? 24.6. Today 24, so we didn't take out the high here. We might take to look some stops below yesterday low, and we might end up in a similar fashion what we've seen yesterday, but this time it might be, yesterday it was down, up at the open. This time it might be up, down at the open. Then the Friday, and we are going to get the, maybe we are going to get an answer. Okay, so that's the first thing, yesterday low, what we are waiting for, then this post non-farm payrolls low, and then finally stops below. Now with the pound, all right, now with the pound, all right, based on the intraday perspective, as I mentioned, I don't like 4 hours, but based on the 4-hour chart and the levels we discovered yesterday, I've been stopped out. But still we are inside possible demand based on the daily, the green color, right? Of course, I'm not gonna jump in again second time into that water. It was yesterday when I said, before we went higher, after this third candle, that we might be done for a while. And yeah, thanks to Mr. President Trump, we were done for a while. But then again, we'll see. Of course, I'm not gonna jump right now anywhere. Looking to fade here on intraday looks very similar to what we've seen on a daily when we broke through. So that's the supply here. So I'm going to look to maybe buy some dollar. Yesterday it was only because of the because of the Trump? Of course. Of course he is. Or maybe not of course, most probably. Most probably. They are ready always. But guys, if we want to participate in the market, we cannot complain, right? Simply we have to lower our exposure eventually, and we have to get what market is giving, right? A little bit of tougher times right now on majors. For me. Some others may do well. I had a very good time around my holiday. Just a reminder, 4:30 p.m. CET, we do have Bank of Canada Financial System Review, and then 5:15 p.m. CET, we do have Bank of Canada Polo Speaks, and from the Canadian dollar perspective, that might be very important. I missed this demand, the yellow demand over here. They hit just 34 or right above 34. I'm looking for 33.90, 33.90 with the stops below 33.80, some tight, and even if I'm gonna to be stopped, but we are going to see the recovery, I may try to jump in again. But that's what he's going to get when he's done as a president, right? Meaning that either he's going to have the second term, then next 4 years, or either he's going to lose the next election, then immediately he's going to be like, you know, very well paid for his speeches trying to manipulate the market, of course. Conspiracy theory, let's call it that way. Okay, let's wait a little bit longer what might happen here on the pound and euro and dollar yen, and we will switch to indices in a second. Let's give them few more minutes here on the FX side. Thought that we are going to stop on the oil here on this previous demand. Let me show you. So that was the taking into consideration the yellow range, right? That was the latest demand, and then was the huge Niagara Fall, right? So I've been thinking that we are going to stop somewhere around here on the oil. but we just react for a second, and we are going a little bit higher right now. So the next possible supply, next level I'm going to watch is going to be this one. So let's do something like change this one, move a little bit higher above the range. Still might be some kind of the over under as well. In play, but anyway, it might be that we are looking for this supply, possibly. Okay, so let's wait for that. Okay, so let's have a look what we have on the indices. CAC currents, you know that I'm short here. Let's have a look what we have on the Nasdaq, and let's start with the daily chart, right? Looks like I'm disconnected. Oops. Why? Why is that? All right, something on my side. Anyway, where we are. We know where we are, right? We were talking about these levels for quite some time already. First one here and here. Of course, we hit some stops. We trying to close the gap. I think we are not done yet to the upside, but it's gonna be all about where we are going to close on a daily chart. So it might be a little bit higher shadow trying to close the gap, but lower close below 7,505, 7,500, right? That would be ideal close, right? But if we are going to get higher and we are going to manage to close higher, that might be 7,685, right? And we may try to create this over under over here, right? So here, looking for some kind of the I would call it unusual head and shoulders over here. Then we know that we are targeting what we already discussed. We know that we are targeting this zone where the market showed the weakness last time. That was the latest weakness over here, and that's the target. Even if you are going to make the measure based on the how you should do that based on the head and shoulders possible target, so that we are going to get the bottom of this possible demand or something around 6,700 based on my chart, right? So that's how I see the things on them. And yeah, actually I'm looking to sell. Bulls, of course, they have to hold the low around 7,260, 7,200, right? So we are perfectly clear what we are looking for here. Let's have a look. Let's switch to the intraday chart, and here I like what is going on here, and I'm going to try to explain it. All right. For now, if we agree with this falling trend line or upper channel line, right? So what we might see, some kind of the attempt to break higher, pre-market right? We might even try to make a little bit higher high, so to clean stops from the pre-market short side, and we may get back under the line, some kind of the unusual head and shoulder, and going lower. That's what I'm gonna to look for when the cash market will open. So we are going to prepare ourselves into that event. So that's the swing high, but I don't think we are going to survive with this swing high. If we need to clean all the stops, most probably we are not going to, one more time, we are not going to survive. What else we have here? And the gap is somewhere there. Crap. Okay. So we are going to watch this grid over here. It looks like they already doing this stuff. We don't need that yellow anymore. Okay. Come on, guys. Don't go lower yet. I wanna see dollar yen higher to have a possibility to try to trade some yen crosses. Oh, ouch. Oh. Okay, so let's leave it as this. Okay, that's last man standing somewhere over here, I think. $81. Okay. In the long run, if we are going to see the real crash, I'm far from calling we are going to crash right over the global economy. But the thing is, I'm not a you know, like the seeing everything in a black color, and I'm far from calling the huge crash. But I can imagine it might happen as the central bankers are going out of the tools to try to prevent such a scenario. So it's not gonna to happen next day, of course. I do remember what was going on around the 2007, before 2008, all this stuff. I've been shorting DAX few times. I've been stop out once. I've been stop out second time. I've been trying to short US indices before it really. Once I shorted, I was quite okay. I do remember. Probably it's not gonna happen anymore or anytime soon. Or if we are going to get the bigger volatility, it might happen. But I remember during that time I had my best pound yen short trade, and that was the best trade ever I had. But that's the past. That's nothing to talk about. More important is what we have here right now and where we are going to be after our meeting. A little bit of recovery going on here. I don't know why, but I still like the pound, basically based on the charts only. All right, let's have it. Let's face it, right? I'm talking about the charts only. And euro pound, you see, we are around the possible supply. Pound dollar, we are inside possible demand. Pound Canadian, we are testing possible demand. Even pound yen is trying to hold well above 140 psychological level, right? So from that perspective, some bounce, especially if we are going to get any kind of the positive Brexit related news out of the nowhere, then there is a possibility somehow we are going to see bigger than usual squeeze, right? The thing is that the retail guys overall are short, overall are long, right? So the squeeze is not gonna be that big, but most of the retail guys are long something around 30.50 or above. So we might see the squeeze towards 29.50, let's say, but that's 150, right, on the pound dollar. But I might prefer pound versus others, not necessarily dollar or yen. I might prefer euro pound, or as you know, I'm long pound cat based on what we discussed yesterday. So we'll see. Okay, so we have like 1 minute to open and something is wrong going on my side. I'm sorry. Looks like I'm losing connections from time to time. Let me check with the guys. All right, but what we can do, there is always solution, always prepared. Okay. So looks like dollar is losing a bit of the ground, and we are going to watch Nasdaq. Okay, USA. Let's have a look what is going on in 3 minutes. Market is open. So there is this gap up. Probably we are going to close the gap. Nice little possible liquidity below 7. Not this Nasdaq, sorry. There we go. That's our. So we took out pre-market low, pre-open low, sorry. We'll see what is going on with the rest. Wow, what a recovery! Hitting supply, upper shadow, we'll see. It's weak. I may try some shorts below 30. I think nothing extraordinary before this review, and then before the polos. Looks like there is attempt to range ahead of that event, and then based on the outcome we are going to probably make the break, either side break. I would prefer to the upside, as you know. So let's get back to Nasdaq. So that's what we have, that's what we discussed. Eventually, if we want to close the gap, that's the one thing. The second thing, oh, how nice. If it's going to happen during the first part of the session, during the second we can try to draw upper shadow. Is it possible? Oh, whoa. Could that happen? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let's try a different way. Oh, that was same here. But with this one, we can take it as the final. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, I do have some technical problem. I'm sorry for it. yeah, nothing I can do right now. I'm in touch with Liteforex guys. So let's make the break right now, and once it's solved, I will get back to you. So we are going to have this Nasdaq index here. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to solve it right till the top of the hour. So there is a second break. This is today. Bar is open. Coffee, tea, water, whatever you want. Non-alcoholic drinks only. See you after the break. Enjoy the break.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Looks like everything is up and running. Back up and running on my side, so should be fine. We should be fine. We will try to slowly summarize the things around here. Oil, incredible. Okay, higher you go, faster you fall. Okay, we are going to delete this range, yellow range, just looks like we do have the continuation of the risk on sentiment after yesterday Trump auto tariff delay, at least for now. But come on, dollar Chinese yuan is saying a little bit different story here. That might be easier for you to read that story. I can try to take it that way. Okay. Straight move to the upside on this 5-minute chart. Let's switch to 1 minute. Yeah, nice. So the problem bulls are going to have below 7,545.40 based on my chart here. So below this over here. For now, nice bull run. Why bull run? Why bull run? Why not? Jeez. Why bull run? I have no clue. Anyway, let's have a look what we have. Just a reminder, we are awaiting two important events for Canadian dollar. 4:30 Bank of Canada Financial System Review. 5:15 CET Bank of Canada Polos. So yeah, it's quite important. From the spur perspective as well as from pound Canadian perspective in my case. We do have a problem around the daily open right now. But this looks nice, especially if they are going to be able to go through. So I'm sitting, I wouldn't say comfortably, but I'm sitting long pound CAD, and I'm looking to buy USD CAD down towards 33.90, towards this yellow. Let's remove this one. Let's remove this one. Down towards this possible demand, right? So I'm looking for something like, yeah, something like stop hunt to the downside, right? Especially that's the bottom of the nice range over here, right? So what I'm looking for, so that's the bottom. So what I'm looking for, we've seen something like this, and maybe polos, maybe this financial stability report, some stop count, right? Move back, and something like this. So yeah, at least for now. Of course, I'm not happy with what oil is doing right now. Right? Oh, it's reacting. Oh, how nice. So that's about the Canadian dollar. Let's have a look. Euro pound. Here I may decide. Yeah, we were talking about the spike higher yesterday and rejection. I'm looking for move below 87.30. That might be some kind of the negativity for the euro, and yeah, I'm looking to try to trade short side based on what we have here on the daily, right? Down towards 86.50, 86.30. If I'm gonna get what I'm waiting for, right? We are going to talk about the euro dollar, pound dollar, and dollar yen within the second. Let's watch them for a while, and let's have a look what is on the Nasdaq, what is going on the Nasdaq. Of course, based on the daily, again, trying to repeat, we have to be very careful, because if we are going to see the strong close, right, we might see 7,685, 7,700 on the way here, right? Might be a little bit higher if we are going to consider the breakout of what happened on Monday. It might be even 7,750 with upper shadow, right? So we have to be careful here. But I truly believe, for now, of course, I'm not gonna work only with what I believe in. I'm going to watch the chart, but I believe, and that's what I'm gonna to look for. At some point during the second part of the US session, after the lunch, we are going to start to create upper shadow, and we are going to close below the cash open, right? So we are going to draw this scenario. Of course, I'm not gonna to fight. You know, I'm sitting short cack around. That might be enough for me. But in case I'm going to see what we were discussing, I may want to join the party to the downside here on Nasdaq as well. Yeah, it might be some. We'll see. A little bit of the exhaustion here. So that's what I'm looking for here. Oh, getting lower. So fireworks on the oil here. That's something wrong with the whole picture. Breaking lower, breaking lower. So we are talking about the yesterday low and the previous ECB low. So there is a little bit of like 1 or 2 pips gap. I wonder if we are going to work that way, or if you are looking for a stops below the last non-farm payrolls low. That's here, 1140. Whoa, to the peep. To the peep for now. Are we going to see lower levels, or we are going to work with that low? And here is the breaking news. Maybe not that breaking. It was like 5 minutes ago. It's not related to the euro-dollar move, but it might be related to the pound somehow. So it's getting even lower. So it might not be the previous ECB low, it might be last non-farm payrolls low in play. I'm trying to find So looks like no midweek reversal here. Pound is still inside this green zone, meaning some kind of the possible demand might happen somehow here. What bulls don't wanna see here, quick reversal, right, moving above 1190. But yeah, again, I'm going to watch Euro Pound. So when talking about the eventually changing the sentiment on indices like Nasdaq, right? It looks like, where is this gap? Yeah, we are approaching right now. We are very close. So one thing you may want to watch, trying to figure it out, the sentiment, if we are going to turn around or not, is this dollar Chinese yuan chart. If we are going to break above 690, 180, 92, immediately we may reach 694, 50, 95, and the real game will start above 695 towards 7, right? I don't think we are gonna to have a positive sentiment after the break, more nervousness. So, Mr. Nasdaq, tell me the truth right now. Oil finally with some problems. That's what I've been talking about, that the bulls don't want to see something like this, especially that's the 15-minute chart, 10 minutes to go to close the candle. So what we don't want to see as a bears, for example, right? If you are a bear, you don't want to see the strong close, especially above the 50% of the range of the previous candle. That's what you don't want to see for sure. Looks like Nasdaq wanna go through the roof. No rush here. But trying to summarize euro dollar, I'm going back to work with the range we discussed yesterday. So I'm going to work with post FOMC high over here, and I'm going to watch post non-farm payrolls low, right? I'm going to, shame I missed this supply over here. It was yesterday after the Trump, but I got the chance today, and that's what I mentioned at the very beginning of our meeting today. But it might be that we hit just the stops yesterday and we might try to turn around. But anyway, I'm interested in that range. Post FOMC high, post non-farm payrolls low. Pound, just watching, waiting for any kind of the reaction. I might look for some kind of the short side around 28.50. Just one condition: I don't want to see the rally into the close, right? I might see some kind of the rally after the London fix and trying to fade that rally. Dollar yen, looking to fade that move. That's what we discussed. Looking for some upper shadow. Would be great to have it. Would be great to have it based on the hourly chart after the London fix. Euro pound, watching. Been thinking about selling below 87.30, but I may want to wait till tomorrow. Waiting for these two news events from Canada. So yeah, still preferring buying dips for now. So pretty much that's it on that side. So let's switch to the Bitcoin for a second. One second, let me check my notes. I have prepared some notes. 1 second. All right, what we were discussing yesterday and probably the day before, the possible supply based on the price action we've seen in the late July of 2018, right? From here, rejection, consolidation, breakdown. All right, so looks like market is bears trying to react around 8,000. But if you remember, we are also checking what may happen based on the daily, some kind of this easy measure we made based on breakdown, right? Based on breakdown and where we may go after the breakdown. And we have nice supply again based on the weekly higher towards 9,300, 400, 10,000. And that's what I think is going to happen. Everyone is trying to short the Bitcoin right now. Some trying to doubling down based on their shorts from 6,000. I'm not sure if it's a great idea. So let's switch to the daily. The thing is, bulls needs to hold this 7,700, 7,650 to avoid the situation that we are going to revisit 7,200, 6,800, right? So breaking below 7,700 based on my chart, we might open the deeper correction down towards 7,200, 6,800. I'm not sure if we are going to revisit 6,000 or 5,800 now. There might be attempt to hunt for some more stops to the downside based on the price action we've seen within the last few hours. So we may try to hunt the stops here and here, obvious level where the leverage longs put their stops, right? And we might reach the previous broken swing high. That's what I've been talking about, something around 7,300, 7,200. So we want to hold this level, we want to push higher from the bull's perspective, otherwise a little bit deeper correction possible, but after such a huge move, yeah, like 5,000 to the upside almost, we can see the pullback of $700, right? Anyway, that's it from me today. Would like to thank you very much for your time. It was my pleasure. Don't be trapped. Hopefully we covered everything properly. I've been trying also to cover something from the bulls and bears perspective, not only my view, but what to look for if you are a bear or if you are a bull. Watch out this euro-dollar price action right now around current level, especially that we are going towards London fix. But the yellow, what was supposed to work as a demand, it might work as a supply. So we might see attempt, some kind of the invitation, and then retest of the low. So watch out, be careful here. That's it from me. Have a great evening. Don't be trapped. And we are going to meet again on Tuesday. You are more than welcome to join me on next Tuesday. Have a great day, have a great Friday, and have a great weekend. All the best. See you next week. Take care. Goodbye.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.